Good morning, everybody. God bless you. Do something. Our devotional text comes out of the book of James, chapter 2, verse 26. And the word of the Lord says, "As the lifeless body is dead, so faith without actions is dead." That comes from the Common English Bible. The King James Version says it like this, and the word of the Lord says, "For as the body without spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." That was the King James Version. The Message Bible says, "The very moment you separate body and spirit, you end up with a corpse. Separate faith and works, and you get the same thing, a corpse." My. Yeah. The New Living Translation says it like this, and the word of the Lord tells us, "Just as the body is dead without breath, so also faith is dead without works." The New Revised Standard Version says, the word of the Lord, "For just as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is also dead." And I want to encourage somebody that we have to do something, not just look, not just watch. In order for us to make things happen, we have to do something about it. If we see that something is going on, we need to do something about it. If we know that somebody needs help, we got to do something about it. If we know that our leaders and our parents or siblings needs help, we got to do something about it. Come on, somebody. If we know that God has called us, we got to do something about it. We got to use the faith that God has given to us. Faith is a decision. You got to have faith. You got to do your part. Because when you do your part, God comes in and does his part. Do not separate yourself from God. Just how, one thing about a tree is that when a branch falls off a tree, the branch cannot go back on the tree that it fell off of. Come on, somebody. Faith is to believe that God will not just do what is right, but that God will do what he said he will do, and that God will do what he promised. See, the human mind plans the way, but it is God that has future plans, and it is God that will establish what we have told him, and it is God that will direct our steps. When we commit our ways to the Lord, whether it's a vision, idea, God will establish it in his timing. So whatever you're doing, do something that demonstrates prayer, faith, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, generosity. Tell somebody about the Lord. You got to pray. You got to praise. You got to worship. You got to grow before you can go. God will respond. Whatever you're doing, do it for the glory of God. And the word of the Lord says in James 2:14, it says, "What good is it, dear brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but don't show it by your actions? Can that kind of faith save anyone?" Then it says in verse 15, "Suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say goodbye and have a good day. Stay warm and eat and get well, but then you don't give the person any food or clothing. What good is that?" So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it is dead and useless. Believe God. Help those who are in need. Faith is what can move mountains. When you demonstrate faith, when you demonstrate salvation, God will be pleased and meet you right where you are. God will meet you right where you are so that you can be able to help somebody who is in need, and also be able to help somebody who wants to know Jesus for themselves. Faith that does nothing is dead, which means if you're not going to do nothing with your faith, it is dead faith. You don't want to have dead faith. Keep your faith alive and active. If you want your faith alive, place your faith in God. Come on, somebody. Demonstrate your devotion. God is always near. God is always available. God is always reachable. Write an encouraging letter. Forgive those who've done wrong. Get saved. Get baptized. Invite somebody to church with you. Invite somebody to pray with you. Invite somebody to praise and worship with you. Invite somebody to rejoice with you. The thing is that God has never rejected a genuine act of faith. You say you have faith? Act like it. Show it. You say you have faith? Do something about it. Don't just sit on your faith. Do something about it. Show that you have strong faith, because strong faith will give you a strong breakthrough and a strong finish. Do something about your faith. Now, how you can do something about your faith is by using it